Hello, family, and how are you this Friday, December 20th? It's 4 o'clock, and I haven't had a moment to check in with everybody. I kind of paused the show, and I just wanted to come on and just explain a couple of things. So I created CarBiz Leaders Live as a way for people who were running a business in the car business, right? So if you are a founder, a manager, um, a dealer principal, anybody in the car business, and you wanted to elevate your game or get better, you could come and watch my show and learn from some of the people that I had on. And I can't begin to tell you what an amazing year it was. We had some awesome people come on the show, and I'm super grateful for that. Hold on, let me clean my glasses because I can't see. But yeah, it was just an epic thing. And a couple of reasons that I just wanted to be very truthful about. One, I was listening to some people just kind of talk about if you take yourself out of the game a little bit, then people miss you. And another reason is that it's really hard to schedule a live show with people who are extremely busy, who are running the show, right? Because fires happen and this and that. And also because a lot of people just weren't watching. And I kind of felt like I may have been wasting my time. But I got to talking with a dear friend of mine, Frank Lopes. And, I called him up the other day and I just said, hey, Frank, I'm kind of lost. I need a little bit of direction. And he was just one of those people that really gave me some great advice. And one of the things he said was, Rach, you really need to get back on your podcast. I said, well, Frank, nobody's watching. And he says, who cares? Nobody watches in the beginning. And so what I think is going to be the way that we're going to do it in 2025 is that one of the things that my software that I use to stream out allows me to use the same link over and over again. And one of the things that I'm thinking is I share the link with all of you guys, and whoever's watching, if you want, you can come on the show and you can click the link from the show. My system only allows for up to 10 people, and we can all kind of have a conversation about what the topic is. So I'll get it started, and then people can chime in, and that way I don't have to worry about your schedule or you canceling, because once somebody cancels, maybe like even the day before, it threw off my consistency, right? So, we don't have a show this week because freaking somebody canceled freaking 1 hour before the thing. And so, when consistency, I don't know about you guys, but consistency for me is very difficult. I'm busy. I've got fires. I've got a staff of 15 people. And if somebody cancels at an hour ahead of time, then we're not having the show. So I feel like my effort to change that is really going to be like a link that if you want to just join the show, that you can. So that was the thing that we'll be seeing in 2025. We'll probably put some rules on that if anybody decides to come on and show up. But we can do that for now. This year, has been a tremendous year for my company. And one of the things that I think has really been the biggest game changer for me is my setting aside my ego. Okay. And it has been definitely something that I've had to like really look at and address, and heartbreaking at sometimes because, I wanted to accomplish this thing and it wasn't working out. And what was I doing it for? Right. So, was I doing it because I wanted to impress you? Was I doing it because I wanted to give back to you, but I wanted to impress you, but I wanted to make it a big thing, but it was really out of my reach? And so the times that, I have decided that I wasn't going to do something that was based on like that it was ego driven and not, about aligned with my true purpose, then I was able to really to move myself and my company forward. So we just had an incredible year with incredible growth. Our customers were extremely happy. We had our challenges. We redefined our processes in a lot of ways. And so that's what I wanted to share with you is, and we're going to be talking a lot about it in 2025 with this podcast is you're going to see how I go and I break down my business and what I'm worried about and how I'm doing it. And hopefully, maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. You have some pointers too. But at the end of the day, I started my company in my living room with no money. And, we've grown it to a multi-million-dollar organization. We have huge potential, and but it's not without its, trials and errors and horror stories. And, I got a lot of that too. And a lot of people always like focus on the positive, but, you can really learn a lot from your failures too. And so I want you to know that in 2025, we're going to be talking about some real stuff because it's real, starting and growing a company from nothing is a big deal. And when you're running an organization and you are worried about getting new customers and keeping them and all these things, your marketing and everybody's got to do more and more please. And we all want to get to 100 million yesterday. Just some of the things that I've really done. So I wanted to share with you as a way to kind of restart my program. And I really haven't figured out what exactly is going to be the perfect time yet that I can stay consistent with. I just want you to know I just got my ass on here. Oops, sorry, Facebook, and started really going for it. So I wanted to just share with you a few of my lessons, and I take some notes. I kind of like my biggest lessons in 2024. So as a CEO, this is my very first lesson. I wrote, my personal credit score is my first impression. So I really had to take a look at my finances this year. And at the end of the day, when we're going to grow a company, my finances have to be in check. So my second lesson is I wrote, everyone, and I mean everyone, needs a checks and balances. So even your most trusted people, even myself, I need somebody to make sure and hold me accountable. That includes everybody in my company, watches everybody else in my company, make sure that they do the absolute best job that they possibly can. sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. They will always materialize if you work that for them. And you may have heard that from a certain program, but I wrote that because I really truly believe it in terms of working towards a goal, right? It happens sometimes quickly, it happens slowly. It'll always materialize if you work for them. And unfortunately for me, one of the biggest takeaways is it's not going to happen on my time. Like I said, I'd like to be at 100 million yesterday, but it's going to happen when it's ready to happen. And that was a big lesson that I had to learn. So another thing that I need to be concerned about is that when I back myself into a corner, like how I'm going to get out of it, right? So, and how big of a corner can I back myself into? That self-care is a number one priority, and that includes sleep. So I need to be, sometimes taking a nap or making sure that I get my 8 hours of sleep is really critical to my success. My focus is my greatest source of strength. So what I mean by that is, like, I have lots of distractions, the internet, people, who gets my attention, right? Because when I'm focused on a particular goal, like, that's when I can really make things happen. So eliminating distractions, eliminating chitter chatter, is this a worthy conversation for me to be having? Or is this a worthy problem for me to be focusing on? These are some of the things that I've taken into consideration over this past year. So this is a hard one. And this lesson, it just says, like, surrender to what is, right? So as much as I would like to be, better than I am, or worse than I am, or worried about the future, stressed about the past, like, I just have to be in the moment and accept where I am on this day, right? I've accomplished a lot, but I know that even change doesn't happen overnight. And just to sort of accept that this is where I am right now. Another lesson that I learned this year is that there's more than one way to solve a problem. So just because a particular way didn't work out doesn't mean that we just have to accept it. And there's ways that we can get really creative in terms of solving the problem, right? Everybody has a different way that they can skin the cat, and to not give up just because it didn't work out that particular way. That was a really big lesson for me. And then sometimes, like, it's not always my idea that gets to solve the problem. I really have to use my team and take in the input of what they have to say. The other lesson that I learned is that my sanity is worth millions. And what a lot of people don't know about me is that I can be, I'm empathic. So if I kind of get disturbed or off, usually that means that I'm, like, picking up on an energy that is not going well. And so do I need to eliminate that person out of my life? Is there something going on? Do I need to change it? Something needs to change usually when I'm going through that. And sometimes it's ending a particular relationship or changing it because my sanity is worth millions and you're driving me absolutely nuts. Okay. You got to go. I can't have that. Okay. And the last lesson, and I wrote a few more, but I just thought that this was a way that you could kind of understand a little bit about what I've been through, is that I can, sometimes the greatest joy is to know that I'm making my payroll and that my bills are getting paid. I would love to do big things in this company, but Sometimes, as a business owner, it's, we have to celebrate even the smallest wins. And sometimes it's, oh, thank God I made payroll and everybody's getting paid. And, at the end of the day, it has been one of the greatest things in my life is to give the people that I work with and the people that I serve, have got to sort of watch me take this company, have all of its problems and, all this stuff and become like a true success story. But, the greatest success is really just this opportunity where I get to create a life for a family, right? I get to serve these people. And it is like, that is the gift, right? Like, am I helping my customers save money and deliver cars for their customers, like, and getting it done right for them? Do I get to make sure that, my sales guys are paid and happy and are able to provide for their families? All of the carriers that we get to work with is giving them an opportunity to do this work, right? And this year we've done a lot of work. So if you're out there and you're watching, there's a lot of lessons learned in 2025, and it's a great time right now for you guys to reflect on all the success that you've had in your business. I've had a lot of success. Some of our success begins with we raised almost $25,000 for charity this year. That was like part of a huge success. We made the Inc. 5000. We trademarked our logo and service marked it, and so it's truly ours. We got to hang out with some great customers. We've built on our relationship with some customers. We just worked so hard to improve our training program and some of our processes. We've doubled the amount of people in our company. And we've had almost so many record months this year. I can't even begin to tell you. So it's been an absolute joy to continue to be a part of the car business, to be a part of automotive logistics, to do what we do every single day. And we're looking forward to having an even bigger 2025. At the same time, one of my lessons is we all need patience, right? So we're doing it. So I will let you know in 2025, like what time we're going to do it. I'll share the link with you, and I hope that you can all join us. In the meantime, I would like to begin to stream the CarBiz Leaders Live on TikTok. I'm not a TikToker. I know some people are. We have our TikTok is at Royalty Ships, as most of our social media is. So if you could like my TikTok, even though I haven't posted anything on time, and I'll try to get something out there so everybody can like, but we will then be able to stream. You have to have so many people follow you in order to stream this particular show. So hopefully, and I don't know about you all, but I'm like, some people love the TikTok, and I feel like such a boomer on TikTok, and I've even paid somebody to help me with my TikTok. And it's just one of those things. So if you're starting your goals, I'll let you know one of mine. So I've done some of my reflecting. I've started thinking about planning for my 2025. I'll share with you guys what we're doing at the show for next year. But one of my personal goals was to get better at TikTok this year. So I'm putting that out there for you guys. If you would like to be a guest on my show, okay, it won't be marketing as you're my guest, but you're welcome to say, I'm interested, I want to be in it. let me on. Let's do this, Rachel. And I will share with you the link. The link will be good for the time that we do it. It's going to be there throughout 2025. It's going to be the same link. It's not going to change. So you're welcome to be a part of that with me. And I would love for you to be on, honestly, because I think, having conversations with Frank and with, Jeff and with Max and with all the people and Brooke and so many people that I just call and just have a conversation with. I always been like, oh, I wish this was recorded because it's so good. And so sometimes just having that conversation, I think, is really going to be a game changer. Anyway, and if you didn't know, Christmas is coming around the corner. And I hope that everybody just takes a moment to think about what it really means, right? Like not just giving, but how we might want to be more thoughtful, a little bit more about how we can help each other out. Maybe not just financially, but even with our time, so I hope that everybody gets an opportunity to spend time with their loved ones, like real quality time. And, sometimes my loved ones are my work family. So, I want to tell everybody right now, Merry Christmas. And I hope that you have an epic new year. And I'm excited for what 2025 will bring. And if you're going to NADA, I better see you there. And if you're interested in being on the podcast, please just let me know and I will send you the link. If you know anybody, it'll be the same link. And we'll lock it down for 2025. So if I don't talk to you before then, Happy New Year and Merry Christmas. With love from your girl, Rachel Blatt at Royalty Logistics. Mwah.